What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to show you guys my truck upgrade real quick. I didn't know if I wanted to do this for sure because it is a short bed, and it's a little bit higher, but I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this truck. So let me know what you guys think. This is a Ram 3500. Lifted up, as you can see, all the nice accessories. And yeah man, this is gonna be a beast. So if you guys see me out there on the road, just all I can say is watch out, because I'm not playing around anymore. Just kidding. This is still my truck. This is my brother-in-law's truck. He actually came over here to pick up, got him 2 of these Milwaukee shirts right here, XLs, and I'm gonna give these to him. So yeah, again, thanks for everyone who bought one of these. I really appreciate it. But this is an awesome truck. It's a sweet truck. I really like this truck a lot. And one other thing, check out my awesome wiring skills for this camera. I mounted this camera right here in the tree, and you can see my wiring just goes all the way over here and into the house through the front door. So here's the deal with this camera. We had some what I would call scumbags coming around our neighborhood, parking randomly, putting their hazard lights on, and then opening up car doors to see if they're open. And then they're taking things that are inside, like wallets, which, first of all, I don't know why someone has the wallet in their vehicle. That's just kind of weird to me. But people have been getting robbed and valuables have been being taken. So far, no one's gone into any houses. But if they do, you might see me holding the gun that's not a nail gun, if they decide to do that. And somebody might be taking the room temperature challenge. Not gonna be good. But anyways, I want to show you guys a couple things from inside the house that I've been up to lately. Some things that kind of got me in trouble with the wife, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But this is the tool that has gotten me in trouble, because we have this house used to be a rental. We're buying it now, but you know, rental houses, they don't always do the most practical or best decision, because the landlord's generally trying to turn a profit. So that was the case here. The landlord put a door in the back exterior door that was just too narrow. It was about 1/4 inch short, so we had to put 2 weather strips. There was like a draft always coming in. So it was really bothering me. I was like, you know what? I'm ripping this thing out. But in the process, there are some tiles by the back door that I had to tear out too to make the new pre-hung door fit. So what do? I go out and buy an SDS, and I got this DeWalt right here. And this is an awesome tool. For those of you who don't know, an SDS, all it means is slotted drive shaft. So the bits on these, they have a slot in them. Hopefully that camera is picking that up there. If not, I'll show you here in a second. But they have a slot, and that slot clicks in like that, and then you can go to town. It's basically like a mini jackhammer. So you've got this hammer function where that's like a mini jackhammer. Then you've got a hammer drill function, and then you just got drill, so you can just turn this dial and go to whatever you need. So basically what ended up happening was those 9 tiles that I needed to remove by the back door, that turned into the entry, the dining room, and the kitchen. I just got into beast mode and just got them all out of there using this little tool. I know there are probably other better tools out there to get that done, but I was just in the zone, had my headphones on, and Ashley was just like, are you serious? We're doing this? And yeah, so that's what happened. We got some 5/8 OSB subfloor. We put the membranes down underneath it, and then we drilled into the slab, Tapconned into it. I got one more to do. I'll show you. It's enough talking. Let's show you some stuff. And then just real quick before we head inside and I show you what I've got going on in the house, I gotta hand it to DeWalt on this one, because as I was drilling through the slab for my Tapcons, I was using this drill right here, and I was using it as a hammer drill, and it held up really great until about 3/4 of the way through, and it was my fault because I overheated this thing and it just gave up the ghost. Listen to this. It's got some loose parts in there, and I totally take the blame for that. But anyways, I called 1-800 DeWalt, and I gave them the code right here. There's a little code, a lot code for the manufacturer date, and no questions asked, the guy just sent me a brand new one. I didn't have to pay for this or anything. So I'm gonna open that up, and in the meantime, I bought another one at Lowe's. So now I have 3 of these, but only 2 work. So I was really impressed. Got to give credit where credit is due. And then one other thing I'll mention too, I could talk about tools all day, so I'm gonna have to stop soon. But I got my 59-inch track, and then I went ahead and got the 102-inch track. And I wish I would have gotten a track saw way sooner. These things are amazing, especially for cutting the OSB subfloor that I'm about to show you. And funny story, this thing came on an 18-wheeler. It was the weirdest thing. So let me show you guys the downstairs of my house here. I've only really shown the upstairs because I've been doing the jobs up there. I've done the crown, the wainscot, which I'm still in the process of, and the newel post and stairs and all that. And I have actually shown this bullnose wrap with the shiplap on here that I'm going to continue the crown, but I'm going to put some beams across where these 2 fixtures are, and the fixtures are going to hang from the beams, so that'll be cool. But for those of you who wanted to see me do this, I have good news for you. I'm actually going to be doing it over here on this wall as well. So I'll make a video about that. This is the kitchen wall. I ripped out the cabinet because someone had put like some really crazy, I don't know what it was. It was weird. It was like a feature wall, but it was really bad. So I ripped that cabinet out, and I'm going to be wrapping it around there. So I will make a video on that because a lot of people were saying that they wanted to see how to do that. It's really easy. I'm looking forward to making that video. But this is where those 9 original tiles were by this back door that I installed. And I just broke all those out with the SDS, and then there was all laminate here, and then the tile started about right where that joint is on the subfloor, and then went all that way. So I just tore it all out. Then a bathroom right here too. So I ripped out everything, the toilet and everything, so that's why she was kind of upset. But yeah, this OSB did not come in white. I painted it because it smelled really bad, or primed it rather. And then that wasn't a good idea because we have dogs that like to walk in the mud, and now we have this basically muddy floor for the next 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks I can start putting down the hardwood flooring down here. And this is exactly what I put upstairs. This is number 3 white oak. So yeah, this is moving along here, and all of this subfloor right here I cut with the track saw in here with the vacuum while it was raining outside. It was amazing. It's so good at dust collection. So then this shiplap wall wraps around through here, and then this is a master bedroom where I'm going to do a coffered ceiling, I believe in knotty alder, and an accent wall back there that I'm really looking forward to doing. And that all started because the landlord who previously owned this house put a door in here that was 1/4 inch too short for the opening, and it turned into all of this. So there you go. It can really snowball sometimes if you don't control yourself, but I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff and just learning as I go. I've never Tapconned OSB subfloor into a slab. I've never put the membranes down. I never chiseled up tile. It's just been a nice learning experience. And speaking of a learning experience, I'm going to be ripping out all these cabinets, the backsplash, the granite. I'm just going to figure it all out. And that's what's cool about working on your own house. You can kind of take those chances and figure out how things work. And it's not because I want to be a general contractor and do tile and granite and cabinets. It's just having an overall knowledge of a house, a residential house, can really help you in any trade, just to know how things are put together. It's helped me tremendously knowing this stuff, and I wouldn't change it for anything. It's a lot of work, but it's just enjoyable. So yeah, I've got one more Tapcon to put in, and we'll go ahead and do it. It's right here by the front door. I felt a little hollow spot right here, so I'm gonna Tapcon that. And these suckers are loud, and I'm wondering if that's why one of the neighbors across the street moved out a couple days ago, because I was drilling for like 2 or 3 days straight, and the guy just packed up his stuff and left. I've checked this entire subfloor down here, knocking on everywhere and just walking around on it, and this is the only hollow spot I can find. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one last screw in here, and this thing is gonna hold down nice everywhere because I put 12 of these 2 1/4 inch Tapcon screws, concrete screws, into the slab on each 4x8 sheet of OSB subfloor. Or if I had to rip it down shorter and make it, you know, fit into a smaller place like this, I just put like 10 or something. So this thing is really in there, and I chose to use these just because I felt like it would hold more over time and just get a bite on the slab versus using like a powder actuated fastener. Just my opinion. I'm not a hardwood floor pro, so I'm not too sure about that. That's just my theory. So some of you may be wondering why I don't use my SDS with the slotted drive bit to drill this initial hole. I was doing that, but it was just messing up the tip of all of my Tapcon bits like bad, like making them just fold over. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's too strong, but this thing right here is perfect, and that's kind of how I burned up the first one. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill right here where it's hollow, and that should pull down and hold it tight. And again, I think this is why my neighbor moved, because this sucker is loud. And then you can see when I push on the floor how the dust comes up. So that tells me this thing right here does need another screw right here. And what I want to do before I actually drive that fastener is put some of this PL premium construction adhesive down into the hole. I basically just use the caulking gun and pump it down into the hole until it starts coming out. So it just fills up that hole there, and then I drive the fastener. Now this stuff is crazy. This is probably the best construction adhesive I've ever used. Way better than liquid nails. And it's a kind of an expensive product, but for something like this, you know, I want this to hold. And it says adheres to wood, OSB, drywall, brick, concrete, masonry, stone, marble, granite, metal, cellular, vinyl, PVC, foam insulation. So right there we're covered. Metal, concrete, OSB. It's going to make a bond between all of those surfaces. So I'm just pumping this into the hole. And then once I see it start trying to come out, then I'll know it's done. There we go. It's all around it now. Now, one thing I learned the hard way was driving these Tapcon fasteners into the slab. You have to use a hammer drill. I was thinking I could use my regular impact because that's what I'm used to using when I need something that's high torque, but I wasn't thinking this is concrete, because what it is, it needs that twist and the punch, which only the hammer drill can provide you. And impact is just basically a bunch of high torque and no punch, so it's not, you know, punching through the concrete. So they basically get that bite that I'm looking for to hold this OSB down. So if you're gonna do this, just learn from my mistakes. I snapped off about 6 or 7 heads of these before I was like, hey, maybe I should probably read the back of the box because I'm doing something wrong. And that was frustrating. But once I got the hammer drill, they just started flying in. So here we go. We'll go ahead and drive this fastener. So there we go. There's no need to countersink these things. They kind of countersink themselves into that OSB. And one thing you couldn't see is that when I drove that fastener, I just saw the floor just lay down. I mean, it pulled it tight to the slab. Now I think that's the last fastener for this subfloor. I'm gonna go around with a hammer and just knock everywhere and make sure, while I have some time, that I can get all those done before I start putting the floors in, which should be the week after next, because the floors have been acclimating now for 1 week, and the acclimation process they say is 2 weeks. I did that upstairs and didn't seem to have any problems, so I'm gonna go 2 weeks again, and then I'm gonna be putting the felt down and then the hardwood on top of that. So moving right along here, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments about the house. If you'd like to see any projects coming up soon from anything I've mentioned. I'm not a cabinet maker, but hey, I'll film a series of me making the cabinets. But I've got to finish that wainscot. I should have finished that really before I started this, but I was just ready to get this done. So that's gonna do it for this video. As always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.